I do declare, it is hot in here. Good thing I've got this fan. What happens when your fan breaks? Oh no, what am I gonna do? Well, this is Crafteria, and I'm gonna do something with this fan. Welcome to another video. Let's see what I do. So I have a whole bunch of these fans. You know, when you get to be a certain age, things happen and it gets warm sometimes. So you need these fans around. I'm sure many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I ordered a whole bunch of these fans from Amazon. They came in a package. There's a million of them. And this one was at my work desk the other day, and this bottom piece broke off, and then I was left with this, and I realized that this is a really cool fabric, and I think I can turn it into a card. These pieces come off super easy. They just peel right off. And then you're left with this gorgeous fabric. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I kind of have an idea. I did not try it, so we're going to kind of play around with it together. Welcome back if you are returning, and if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate all of you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just taking these pieces right off. They come off super easy. They were just glued on, and they don't ruin the fabric. I just don't want all that bulk on a card. And I think, yep, the front and back one should come off easy. There we go. I'm going to set those aside. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. So then I'm left with this piece. So I know this would be too big to use on a standard A2 size card, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's just, I don't know, it might actually work. But then I got this bigger one, this 5 by 7 card, and I thought it would be better because you can have more of the fan and then have room for a sentiment. But let me look at this again on the small one. That would work too, but I think I'll stick with the 5 by 7 since I already cut a base for it. I decided I think I'm going to need to tuck some of the fabric up under the card base because I don't want the raw edges to show. So I cut a piece of light blue cardstock that is just 1/4 of an inch smaller, so it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And I went with tone on tone just because this has a lot of color in it and I didn't want to have too many other colors going on. So I'm going to set my card base aside, and then I'm going to leave my mat here. So I'm going to decide how I want to do this. I will say I have a bunch of adhesive options. I have my ATG, I have some score tape, and I have some glue dots. I don't think wet glue will work very well since it's fabric, but it might, but I think I'm going to just stick with the dry adhesives. So this fan kind of sits by itself. I wonder if I just kind of fold it over a little bit, kind of use the pleats that are there, and just kind of try to flatten them out. Because it looks great just like that, but I think that's going to be way too bulky. You can't mail that. So what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is just pleat it. So if I take one edge like that, yeah, I think I could do this. And then just kind of pleat it down. I'm going to go ahead and wrap one edge around the back of it. And just hold it there for a minute. And then let me see how this is going to work. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to have to force the pleats down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece. I'm going to go ahead and get my good fabric scissors and just trim off some of it. The really bad edge. And then I will fold this over the card, and I'm going to bring it down to the very bottom edge. And I'm just going to fold that over. And on the back, let me trim it a little bit more. On the back, I'm just going to adhere that piece with some regular Scotch tape. There we go. And I'm going to just leave that little bit hanging over the edge because I don't want this white part to show. And I have just regular Scotch tape. Nothing fancy for that. That part was easy. So now we're going to hold that piece down, and then I'm going to use these folds, but then fold them halfway in between. So then I'm going to put this piece down like that, and I'm trying to think how I want to do this on the back. I think I'll just put, I'm going to run a couple pieces of tape down. Put that first piece down, and then kind of put this second piece like that. This might take a while. We'll see. I'm just taking one piece, pleat by one pleat. I don't mind if these top, the pieces that are sticking up do not get adhered down, because I think that's going to look better. It'll give it more dimension. So how many of you are going to go tear apart one of your fans? If you have any old ones sitting around, you could do it. Before I cut it, I just want to put it on here. I still have so much of that lace. Going over the edge, and then I still have a lot of leftover piece. I think it's going to work better on the smaller card. Maybe we're going to have to do this over. All right. So let's just pretend I didn't do that. It has a little bit of adhesive on the back, but not much. So let me get my cardstock. I'm going to cut this into a mat size to go on this small card. Let's give that a try. So I need it to be 4 and, I want to make sure this is wide enough. Yeah. 4 1/4, or 4, I'll do it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That gives 1/8 of an inch on each side. Maybe I'll go an extra 1/4 of an inch off. So I'll do 4, or 1/8 of an inch off. 4 by 5 1/4. That gives a little more room to have it folded underneath. Okay. Let's give this a second try. This has some adhesive on the back already, so it's going to be a little harder. I'm going to go ahead and start it at a nice even one. Let me give this a trim. And we'll go right up to the top, and yeah, that'll leave some at the bottom. I think if some of that white shows, I could put something over it. So let's start over here with some more tape. All right, let's try this again on this smaller piece of cardstock. All right. Okay, we do have glue there. I'm still going to try to work this down. There we go. I think I've got it the way I want it. I'm using the pleats that are already there, and I'm pulling the fabric this way as I go so that the black lace stays within the boundaries of the paper. Okay, I need to put some of this here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this off right about there. give it one more piece there. Let's see if I can glue it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's that other piece that I had all messed up. And then I will fold it over the back like that. I'm going to secure this down with some Scotch tape. All right, so there we go. We have that card like that, and I'm going to pull this towards the back. It's going to be a little bit bulky back there, but I don't think there's much else I can do with it. I hope you like my bird back there. I've heard a lot of comments that you'd like pictures of my bird, and that might happen. I'm going to try to get him to cooperate. What I'm doing is cutting out some of this from the inside to take that bulk out. So there's just not so much that I'm folding over. There's not much I can do about some of that bulk in that corner. And then that's how it would look on there. I'm not sure I like the very corner. I wonder if I cut this off here. It's not a very thick plastic. I wonder if I could cut it off down here. Yep. And stick this on the edge there. Oops, I don't want to use my good scissors. Not that these are bad scissors, but those are my fabric scissors. And I think I will just put that down in the corner to hide the way that that is folded. All right, so there we go. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the card base. It's not perfect, but it's going to have to be. It's about as good as I can get it. Try some of this on it first. Or maybe a glue dot if this doesn't work. I'm afraid the tacky glue is going to take too long to dry. I covered the back with adhesive. I think that'll work, yep. And that just kind of covers it up and kind of gives you the idea of a handle. If you have a little sentiment to put up in the corner that says I'm a fan or something like that, that would be really cute too. And then if you have little pieces that aren't sticking down, that's when you can take your little glue dots and put those in and stick each little piece down if it needs it. to help them hold flat. I don't want them totally flat because I do like the dimension of that fan. I think that's kind of cute, actually. I am very impressed with how it came out. I don't think I want to put that up there. It needs something up here. Put another glue dot over here. That piece of paper with all of my adhesive on it is sticking to everything. There. Okay, excellent. Of course, I have my bling box where I can put some bling up there. I have some of this blue. That's too bright of a blue. Let's see what else I have. I have pearls. I think pearls and fans go great together. I can just imagine whoever is holding this fan has a set of pearls on. And I think I'll do 3 pearls across the top. These are also on a string of adhesive. Got these at the Dollar Tree as well, I think. And I'm just going to set them down just like that, right at the top. All right, so there we go. I would put one down here, but that's going to make it too bulky to mail in an envelope, I think. And then you could use this and say in your inside, you know, congratulations on whatever, I'm a big fan, something like that. I think it came out kind of cute after all. So I turned a broken fan, cheapo fan, into a really cute card when otherwise that would have just gone in the trash. Let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging in there through all of my blooperisms, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, go ahead and please go ahead and click that subscribe button. There's a whole lot other videos I'll be putting out, mostly recycled Christmas cards, but you never know. I may recycle some summer things like a fan. If you like what you see, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below with your ideas, and let me know what you think and what you'll be recycling, what this has inspired you to recycle. Also, head on over to my Facebook group, Create with Crafty Rhea. It's a wonderful group of ladies, and a lot of us are sharing our work and our ideas, and it's just a great place to hang out. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.